Hey folks, welcome back to part 5. Still cleaning. We're gonna get this W6 cleaned up and ready for our primer coat of paint hopefully this episode. So thanks for being here and following along. Let's get back to work. Okay, 2 hours later. That sure went by in a blink of an eye, didn't it? Okay, I'm a little dirty, but quite a bit cleaner. I've gotten in, this was just caked full of dirt and stuff. In here, I got most of that cleaned up. Looks like there might still be a little bit to chisel off under there. But yeah, I did all of the underneath this afternoon. As well as in around the brakes and everything on this side. But yeah, it sure doesn't look like much, but it's time consuming. It's in there with a screwdriver, wire brush, the die grinder with the wire brush on it as well, the grinder with the wire brush, just all sorts of wire brushes, and screwdrivers, and putty knives, and whatever else. I also took off the seat just now too, so we can get everything there properly. Pile of parts is growing slightly, but I think we're almost done with the tractor itself. So now I'm going to turn my attention to the sheet metal. We'll get set up. Hopefully this is a little bit of an easier job than the rest of the tractor was. I should switch over to the flapper disc on the grinder, and it should make short work of this stuff. Fender number 1. You can see where this is torn off. I'm going to have to finesse this back into place with the hammer and then throw some weld in here, see if I can get this a little closer to how it used to be. There's a chunk bent down here, so get the hammer out, see what we can do. Okay, she's ugly, but she's together. So I'm going to take that and grind down those welds And then we're probably going to cheat with just a little touch of Bondo there. Nobody will know any better. That'll be between you and me. Don't tell anybody. There, much better. So, doesn't look as great on camera, but trust me, it feels pretty good. I'm going to put a little bit of the top coat Bondo over these couple little low spots. But yeah, it's a very, very thin skip of Bondo. I think it'll make everything look smoother. I also patched up a little spot up on the top of the fender. Oh, one more here that I haven't sanded yet. I think they'll be good after this. And then that chunk that I fixed in the middle, this one didn't hold as well, so might have to fight with it a little bit more, but things are coming along. I'll get this Bondo sanded, and then we should be ready to put some primer on here. Okay, got that fender pretty much done. A little bit of fine tuning on the chunk there, so I got a little bit of Bondo, the securing, just to give it the finishing touches. I'm going to move on to the other fender here. This one's in a lot better shape. This, I did the same repair that I did to the other fender when I first brought it home, so just have to knock the rust off of it, and it should be good. I don't think there's any real repair to do here. Now that I said that, there's a crack right here. I guess I'll have to weld that up and grind it down. But the rest of it looks pretty straight. We should be able to just wire wheel that off. Let's see, what's this here? Yeah, there's another chunk here for me to run a bead of weld into. Grind her down. All right, so I think first things first, I'll just clean up these cracks and get ready to weld them up. All right, as always, safety goggles on. I'm going to use my flapper disc for this, so I get down to bare metal. Just make sure this is actually in the camera. Yeah, there we go. Okay. What you'll notice is that when I'm just cleaning the metal prepping for paint, I don't typically use the flapper disc to go all the way down to bare metal like this. I take off the top coat and any loose paint that's there, but I don't necessarily shine it up like this. My reasoning is that whatever stuck to the metal has obviously adhered well to stay there for the last 60 or 70 years. And I've had better luck getting the new paint to stick on top of the old paint and a little bit of rough stuff than when I shine up the metal too much. But anywhere that I'm welding, I need to bring it down to bare metal like that for. Okay, we'll get. And I'll just give one more spot for my ground to make contact. All right, now we're doing this more for cosmetics. Doesn't have to be all that strong. This is fairly thin gauge. I guess thicker than working on auto body work, but still it's fairly thin metal. So I turn the heat down. All I want to do is just bridge the gap here, and then we'll grind it back down smooth after. course, need your welding helmet. I love the auto darkening. Might have to turn down just a touch too much. Put up a wire sheet. With it being as thin as it is, I like the spot weld and let it cool off so that you never get one spot overheated. Start melting holes through. This is a good time to remind you, and I'm sure any of you professional welders out there already realize this. I'm an amateur. I don't know what I'm doing. But things seem to work out okay in the end anyway. So. Alright, let that cool off for a second. Move back to this guy. And yes, I fully expect any of you professional welders to critique and tell me how much this looks like bird shit, but you know what? Once I grind it off, it'll be smooth. It'll hold paint. That's all I care about. Really, please. Grinded down and a little bit of Bondo on it. I'll sand her down once she's dried. Same with the stuff over there. And then I'll wire brush the rest of this and throw some primer on. And I can't really think of anything less exciting in the world than watching paint dry or watching any more of me wire brushing these fenders, so I'll get that done. I won't subject you guys to it. But yeah, next time that you see these fenders, they should be in primer. Thanks to anybody who's been watching these videos as they come out. I apologize that they're coming out a little bit slower these days. Last week I actually took off to Las Vegas for work for the week, so I didn't get a whole lot done around here. Found a antique tractor hanging upside down inside of Blake Shelton's bar, which is pretty cool. Check out my community posts page if you want to see a picture of that one. And yeah, I'll be back with the next installment of the W6 Restoration. I think that's going to include taking down the hood, the grill, and the gas tank, getting them into primer, and then finally getting ready to shoot the rest of the tractor into primer, get everything that we need covered in gray primer, and then get started on the top coat. So stay tuned, should be fun. We've got Christmas coming up shortly, so that's probably gonna impede process a little bit, so maybe posting videos sporadically, but we'll be back. Thanks for watching, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.